I'm Zpike, and this is my Cloud Pirates beginner guide. There'll be timestamps for each category I cover in the description if you don't want to watch the whole thing. This is your bay, the main hub. Here you chat, group up, unlock ships and customize them before you jump into battle. You can create a group here and invite people from the chat or your friends list. There are 4 main currencies. Gold, earned from each match you play and is used to buy new ships and parts. Rubies, the premium currency, mainly gained through purchase with real money or through the map system for free in-game. Rubies can be used to buy cosmetics and the optional premium subscription, which boosts your experience and gold from each match. The game has no pay to win, but it helps to speed up the progression. The third currency is experience. You gain experience whenever you play a ship, and it will be logged to that ship. It is used to research new upgrades and to gain access to the next tier of ships. The final currency is free experience. This is earned in each match and works like normal experience but for any ship. Down at the bottom of the screen is where you select from your available ships. The little red icon means you will earn twice the experience with that ship on your first victory of the day. Here's your ship filter. You can choose what ships to show by tier, type and role. By clicking your ship, you can enable auto repair after each match and enter your ship devices where you can customize it. This is the weapons tab where you have ability modules, side weapons and front weapons. At tier 1 you have a small selection of ability modules. The number of available modules will greatly increase at higher tiers, and ships at tier 2 and higher get access to the third ability slot. In the gear tab you can upgrade your ship's health, speed, turning and shield. After some matches, you should have enough experience for researching the different abilities, weapons and gear upgrades. You then have to buy the component for gold to equip it on the ship. As you research and upgrade your ship, this bar will increase. When it hits this threshold, you can purchase the next tier of ship for that line. This is the ship tree, where all the ships are shown. There are 2 tabs as I record in this guide. Ships are divided into 4 tiers. Each tier introduces new game mechanics and a new lineup of available ships. When you hover over a ship, you can see a line with an arrow to what ships it can unlock. Ships that have 2 lines going to it only requires you to have 1 of the previous ships. The ships that are not connected to any others are premium ships and cannot be purchased with gold. You can click on any ship to look at its components and abilities. This can be useful if you want to check out the ship before you start grinding for it. You start with 5 of the tier 1 ships, and after a few games you will have access to all of them. All the ships can be useful with the correct captain. Find the playstyle you like the most and start from there. They all play very differently, and I'm gonna give you an overview of each main ship line that has a tier 1. The medium cruisers, starting with a trainee, is perhaps the easiest ships to play. They focus on guided missiles with decent damage, making them great at shooting down fast but fragile targets. The sustained damage these ships can hold on any target at long range is very good. They are, however, slow for being medium ships and won't outrun most ships if pursued. But with access to 2 different leap abilities to reposition yourself both forwards and to an ally, you can get out of sticky situations. The medium assault cruiser line, starting with a Gale, are ships for those that like to hug their enemies. With shotguns on all sides, these ships will shred through the enemy's defenses with tons of damage at close range. It has a leap designed to jump into battle, but can also be used to get out of situations where there are more enemies than you have pellets. With abilities focused on making your shotguns never stop shooting and slows to get you into close proximity to the unlucky enemy, these ships are a scary sight for big targets where the shotgun shines. The Rock is the first in the heavy battleship line. These ships are designed to get into battle and stay there. Enemy shots can barely get through your shield, and your big cannons can return fire at any range. They will either have to get out of your way or explode if they stay. Being big and heavy, you won't move much, but with a long-range leap you can get around the map. The ships feature abilities that can toggle between different states, which will allow you to adapt to most situations, and with plenty of ways to stay alive, you will be avoided by most. The light support corvettes are support ships designed to heal and buff your team. starting with the Victoria at tier 1, these ships will be a holy sight for your team. With a lot of area effect abilities, you can reduce the damage allies take and increase the damage they do, heal their ships, increase their speed, and shoot them with your Cannon of Love to restore their durability. Being a light ship means it will take less damage the faster it moves, so don't crash. You'll be the main focus of the enemy team, so stay on your toes and leap your allies to keep you safe. The heavy sniper galleons are just that, heavy snipers. Starting with the Vigilant at tier 1, these guys are big and slow, but in this case, being big does not mean tanky. With a big size and normal health bar, they are not very good at staying alive and found. They feature powerful projectile weapons with high sustained damage at incredible range, but hitting your target requires skill in leading them with your scope. With a unique teleportation ability that lets you choose where to teleport, you can escape your pursuers. But staying out of sight will be more effective at keeping you alive. Or join the battle if you have a team supporting you. Most of the sniper abilities focus on buffing the guns with strong effects. The tier 1 hammer is the first of the medium engineering frigates. It's a line of versatile ships loaded with repair guns or shotguns, able to summon a range of turrets to shoot their enemies and support stations to keep your team alive. You can focus your turrets at single enemies or let them fire at will at any foe in range. They can deal very good damage at close range and will over time overwhelm the enemies with turrets everywhere. At last but not least, the light torpedo corvettes for the players that like hit and run tactics. These guys are fast, starting with the Thunder at tier 1. With weak side guns and unguided slow torpedoes that hit like atomic bombs, you go fast, your weapon does not. So you need to get up close to your target and shoot them with your front booms before you run away and hide or poke them with your side guns. Being a light vessel, you take reduced damage based on your speed, so taking a break to check your phone is not advised. With abilities focused on increasing speed and making it easier to land your torpedoes, you are a frustrating sight from the kill cam. There are 4 game modes. You get points for killing enemies in all the modes, but in the most basic game mode, Team Deathmatch, killing is the key to victory. Team-wide boosts will spawn around the map, marked with a white cross on the minimap. Get the buffs to snowball your lead or to come back in a losing match. Stay as a group and kill the enemies more than they kill your team, and you'll win. Capture points. There will be 3 large capture points on the map, A, B, and C. To capture a point, simply have more allies than enemies inside the point for some time and it will be yours. The more capture points your team hold, the more passive score your team gets. Payload escort. Capture points will spawn around the map. The team that captures these points spawn a big, super tanky ship that you then need to escort to its destination. The ship's health varies based on how far it has to travel. The ship flies a set route at a set speed, and your job is to make sure it does not go up in flames. At the same time, you need to blow up the enemy ships that have spawned. Treasure hunt. Pick up the chests that spawn around the map and deliver them to the zone with the corresponding color as a chest. To deliver the chest, you have to stay in the zone for 10 seconds, so make sure you can survive for that long. This game mode can quickly get chaotic, and heavy minimap usage is advised. Let's quickly look at the in-game interface. This is your shield. It will regain if you don't take any damage for some time. When your shield is down, you will lose your ability when shot. When this runs out, you go boom boom. This is your active abilities. Learn to quickly check them to see when they are off cooldown. Side and front gun heat is displayed here. If it overheats, you have to wait for it to cool down. It might be better to stop shooting before they overheat. Each player has a shield and a health bar above their ship, blue for allies and red for enemies. You can change how the health bars behave in the game settings. Before you jump into a match, do the quick tutorial to learn the basics. After some games, you can check out the different game settings to see what you can customize to your liking. The game is fast paced, fun and addicting. This has been Zpike, flying off.